I printed this Terminator squadron on this cheap FDM printer. In my last video, I printed a dreadnought. And today, I'll show you how to print and paint a full 40k Terminator squad. Firstly, I need my 0.2mm nozzle, and the settings for it linked in the description. Alright, now I need my model. Someone loves to take down files, so when you see them pop up, it's a good idea to grab them. And now we need to orient it. My advice is to get as little supports on focal points. Don't always put it 45 to 30 degrees backwards, and for more adhesion, sink the model into the plate slightly. Augur kept crashing, so everything's going on its own plate, which is a bit annoying, but you just gotta keep on rolling. So it's gonna take a day and a half, which may be too long for some, so I've added some alternative settings in the description, which will be faster but with less detail. Now, it's time to remove the supports. Cut the middle of the support, grab the support tip and pull, and if it won't come off, snip the top section a little bit. And if it's so bad things break, probably change your support settings. Also, some things just won't print right no matter how hard you try. These are all looking really good. All I have to do is glue them on the bases and all your work is done. Except for painting, of course. And now it's time to get my brush dirty. This segment is trying to copy the paint job I did on this captain, which I did really late at night and don't really remember what I did. Alright, so first some Vallejo black primer from the airbrush. Try not to glug up details like the faces, and do go heavy on stuff like the knee pads. Then a zenithal highlight of grey and white. This can be done as the primer or dry brushed, but I prefer it this way. The airbrush I use was extremely cheap from AliExpress. Now, an over brushy dry brush. Use a makeup brush, Citadel large brush, those expensive round ones, whatever, but it doesn't matter if you aren't getting the paint right. What made the difference was using this chipboard thingy. Then, I paint the royal robes on all the armor panels. There's actually a bit of skill involved to make speed paints look right. What I've done is doing the armor plates individually, biggest brush, and loads of paint on there. The colour just was not looking right, so I dry brushed white again and repeated the process. Next, I painted all the gold with Retributor armor. You can use the speed paint or whatever, I'm just trying to use up the last of my Citadel pots. God, I hate Citadel pots so much. I've had like at least 5 pots dry up or spill or something. Then the white. I use white speed paint to tie it in. Guns with bright red and grim black. Then a lead voucher on silver places, and it's basically ready for the table, but there's a few more things I want to do. The whites get a bit more of Agrax earth shade in the deep places. I'd prefer to use a black wash, but I simply do not have one. I messed up with too much paint a lot of times and had to do the white speed paint all over and over. What got me there in the end was diluting it with water and a smaller brush. And of course, to bring back details, a white dry brush. Now, it's something that fears us all. Edge highlighting. I'm still extremely incompetent with this. I used my Crag Blue and Worth White and ran my brush along the edges. Painting handles, medium-sized, fine-tipped brush, all things that help. Then, the next step is something that seems to make or break the highlight. The real tips of things or extreme edges. Adding a much lighter blue in a small amount will help sell the effect. Then some small taps of green for the eyes, and it's done. PVA glue the bases, stick it in a jar of dirt, PVA again, jar of flock, rim the edges with black, done. Now these guys are looking sick. It's really easy to obsess about minute details, but insane quality is just not what these FDM miniatures are for me. It's about having fun, getting a game going, and being able to put some paint on something and call it your own, while not having to deal with resin.